The range on this thing is insane. I've actually got the hop set a little bit high.
Angelo from Airsoft Action.
Hi.
You've got another thing here for us today, a new pistol.
I have indeed. This is the second one in the series from Secutor. As I mentioned in a previous video, Secutor are quite a new name within the airsoft scene. I would say in the last 12 months they've started to become quite popular. This is the second release of the pistol range, the first one being the Rudies, which was a huge success. We filmed it ourselves and we tried it on the range here. It was an outstanding bit of kit, and to be fair, they've kind of followed through with the same kind of theme. Obviously, it's very much a Roman theme, but it's not just about outside the box. I think inside the box as well, you'll be able to see that there's a couple of things that they follow through with, which a lot of manufacturers don't actually do. Now, this itself, you can see very much is a Glock style, a pistol. One or two things that are different about it that you don't get with some manufacturers is obviously a spare O-ring for the bottom of the CO2 mag, and also, which I really like, which is yet another spare nozzle. Now, unlike the Rudies, this spare nozzle hasn't got the restrictor inside it. The Rudies did have the restrictor in there, this one doesn't. But I first thought that looking at the rocket valve inside that it was possibly because with it being a dual power pistol and it will use gas as well as CO2, then I thought it was that, but it's not. I've tried it with both and there's no difference in power at all. As I mentioned, I did previously put some BBs in this just to save us a little bit of time. Now, there's one little bugbear I've got about this pistol. It is CO2 powered. This is a CO2 mag. It's extremely easy to install. You simply pull this little latch down here. We slide off the bottom. Now, anybody that's used APS equipment and Glocks will know all about this here. Now, it's quite complicated. Normally, when you put a CO2 bulb in, you would put it in narrow end to the top, and the pin is at the top. Yeah. With this, the actual part that's pierced is at the bottom. You unscrew the brass part, you put in the bulb. I always put a little dab of grease on the top of the CO2 bulb. I always do that because it helps it seal. Then you screw down the brass bit. You then screw the chrome part in until you hear the gas release, and then you have to unscrew that again, another half turn, so it actually fits flush. That's actually quite slightly proud, yeah, and then you're done. Unfortunately, on the second bit of bulb we put in, all the CO2 came out. But what we've rectified that, we've used a little bit of PTFE tape, which you've sometimes got to do, you know, it's not just about the Secutor one. So we've put another CO2 bulb in here, but as I said before, there are gas mags available. Now, what I found with the gas mag was the power dropped dramatically. There was no kick. So what I did is I actually replaced the actual knocker valve here with a WE knocker valve, and the power was spot on. It was absolutely spot on. But I think overall, the pistol itself, the look of it, I think if we get that out, you'll notice one distinct difference to a normal Glock. Well, there's a few really. First of all, obviously you've got the front end here that removes for you to add a silencer on. Now, another part here. Yeah, sorry, I've actually screwed the entire part out, but this actual crown bit here comes off. This cover here comes off, so you can actually put a silencer on there. No, we'll leave it for now. What I found was that when I put a silencer on it, it wouldn't rack. So what I had to do was put a different adapter on that was stuck out a little bit further, so I could actually rack the pistol. Which I think, I believe Secutor, that is something Secutor are addressing though. Now, there's another huge difference, and many people will spot straight away, is the location of the rear sight. It's been put slightly farther forward. Now, that is for quicker target acquisition, and it does actually work. It does work that way. You'll notice also as well there's two holes on the top to secure the base for an RMR, you know, the tiny little red dot sight. Which again, I think these will look terrific with it. Again, I'm not a big fan of putting red dot sights onto pistols. I don't really see the point personally, but there you go. Overall, the finish, you can see there's a lot of stippling going on, a heck of a lot of stippling going on. As you can see, all the way around the pistol itself, and obviously underneath the trigger guard. Now, one bit that I really do like about this pistol is the stippling is followed through on the mag itself. So if we put the mag in, it follows through nicely on the stippling. Safety, two-stage safety. We've got the normal safety button, and obviously as well you've got the centre part on the trigger that needs to be pulled. Now, when we shoot this in a moment, you'll see the reason why people will buy this. They are going to have to do a little bit of tinkering with this to get it how they like it, but the sheer sound and snap of this pistol itself, I think, will sell it.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this over to James to rack and have a few shots with James, please. One good thing about the fact that with the way the CO2 is loaded, which is an advantage, is because it unloads all the CO2 in straight away. If you listen carefully, you can hear it's rattling, which means it's not pressed up against the gasket, which means all it's doing is filling the mag up with CO2, which for me, you're not getting that burst, so it doesn't cool down as quick. Now that is a distinct advantage. So if we put a few more BBs in, again, it's bottom loading, very similar to the most out there, really. Very much the Tokyo Marui thing. And we'll snap a few off, eh? The range on this thing is insane. I've actually got the hop set a little bit high. Well, there you go. So overall, I think, depending on the price point of this, and I don't know the price point, I'll be really honest with you, I think that is going to determine its popularity, to be fair, because I genuinely think that it does need a little bit of work. But it's a great looking pistol. I really like where they've put the rear sight. I love the logos on the top, obviously with the Gladuis sword on there, and obviously the Secutor logo that they've got. I think overall as a pistol, for CQB, I think you're going to make a few people sting, to be fair. And I really do like it. I love the look of it, complete that. I just think that if you're going to buy one of these, you're going to need to be prepared to tinker about with the mag and with the CO2 installation, certainly. But also, you know, keep it clean, keep it well lubricated. Make sure that you get a slightly long adapter, longer adapter if you want to put a silencer on it. And to be fair, you know, how many have you got, James?
Yeah. Just the two at the moment.
Just two of them. So, and James has got more pistols than anybody I've ever met. So, you know, if that's endorsement itself. If James has got two of them.
Right. Thanks very much, Angelo.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, John. Yep.